one-time performance for one night only. Dave Chappelle returns to Minnesota February 16th at Grand Casino Arena, and we're taking your talkbacks for tickets. Use the talkback feature on the iHeartRadio app. Tell us why you belong in the crowd. Winners will be selected all week long. Get the details at KFAN.com. Keyword contest.
Ben?
Yeah.
I have a physical deformity that I need to show you.
Oh, please do.
I'm freaked out. I think I have you know a lot about male bodies.
No, I really don't. But go ahead.
You've probably seen the most male bodies of anybody here.
You probably have.
Tommy's not here.
I showed my shoulders to Max and Sauce during the break because I have a very odd situation with my shoulders, and they both called me a freak and made me feel bad about myself.
You gonna pop your shirt off?
Is this a bone related thing or a rash? What do you got going on here?
It is a bone related thing.
Your bone's in the wrong spot on one shoulder?
I have very pointy shoulder bones.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, yes.
So at least they're balanced.
Yeah. I'm going to show you.
Both sides.
Okay. I'm going to show you. I was going to do it off air, but I'll do it on air if you want to see it.
Amazing.
Yeah, you want me to come over?
I'll come over there.
Okay.
Come on over.
Duh.
You know, as he's saying this, I think I know what he's talking about. Yeah. Okay.
Freak!
Okay,
Right?
so
Look how pointy they are.
Okay,
Those
so
are pointy.
you've obviously played high school football.
Yeah.
Did you have any AC sprains when you were playing? Your shoulder sprains? Not that you remember.
Not that I remember. Is that what that could be?
It's very possible that you've had AC sprains when you were playing football.
Feel that.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Yeah. You should. I think is it T. Higgins? Is it T. Higgins, or maybe like he kind of went viral? God, look at this sexy.
That's the point.
Look at that.
I feel like it was T. Higgins was talking about his AC sprains that he's had. Like his shoulders are messed up, or maybe it was Mike Evans. Anyway, dude, you guys should see some of these guys' shoulders.
I've been carrying the show on my shoulders for 25 years.
Yeah.
Look at that. I'm a freak.
I know. It's kind of cool though. I would go with the fact,
great.
if somebody ever asks you, just say, yeah, old football injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, just say that.
Yeah, or war injury.
Ooh. Well, I don't know. You don't want to do this like stolen valor thing.
Yeah, good point.
I can't do
that was a test you all passed.
This guy will never score.
God, Beavis is the best.
How about your shoulders, Sauce?
I can't really feel
Let's see
one
him.
of them.
Let's see him.
No, I'm not.
What are you
shirt off.
taking for your neck?
Take your shirt off. I just
see
showed
how-
everybody else my fat boobs.
No,
let's see it.
No. If Ben wasn't here, I would.
Oh, come on.
Why is Ben
What the hell is him? What are you holding
determining
against him?
factor?
It's not
You
his
like
fault.
that?
Because he judges
Take
my,
off that shirt.
my muffin top.
Take off that shirt.
if Ben takes his shirt off, will you?
Zach, this isn't going to work.
I'm trying to help.
Thanks for that, Zach. Thank you for being there for the show. Come on, baby, do it.
No. I'm a disgusting mess.
Are you taking meds for your neck? You taking a leave, or what are you taking?
Tylenol.
I wish you would leave.
Fine,
Do you
I'll
want
go
to
home.
take a leave of absence?
No,
what happened
not
to
this
Pete?
year.
Not this year.
Pete
Okay.
died?
Yeah.
That would be unbelievable.
Yeah,
if
that'd
he
be
did.
weird.
Okay.
Just full on kiss of death, the Power Trip Morning Show.
I got football injuries.
Nope.
Yeah, because you're tough.
Yeah, it's all football.
And for more, I
It's
guess.
me and the guy from Married with Children.
Ed O'Neill?
Yeah, Al Bundy
Bundy?
always had old football injuries.
Yeah,
always
he did.
talked about. Yeah.
Hey, but he did score 4 touchdowns in a game once,
Did,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
That's a lot.
Pretty cool. All right, sports.
All right, quickest Fan 5
Because
ever.
we got to get to the
It's
content.
time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip.
Trade deadline today in the NBA, so even though the Giannis thing seems to be fading, we're all on Giannis watch until 2 o'clock. We'll see what happens there. The Wolves did win 128-126 over the Raptors and had 13 in the fourth quarter. That is the first win in Toronto since 2004, which is insane. The Wolves have won 5 of 6. They host the Pelicans tomorrow to start a 6-game homestand. That's pretty cool. The Wild won 6-5 over the Preds in overtime. Spurgeon, the game winner. Boldy had a hat trick in the first period. It took 12 minutes and 58 seconds. Fastest hat trick from the start of the game in Wild history. I believe he passed Zach Parise's record on that one. Boldy also assisted on the game winner. Olympic break now for the Minnesota Wild. They have won 5 straight. They have the second most points in the NHL. Also in last night's game, Quinn Hughes broke the franchise record for consecutive games with an assist with 10. And that's also the third longest in NHL history for a player in his first season with a franchise. The record's 14.
Wow.
First season, franchise, third longest. Pretty crazy.
I mean, and I think that's all players, right? So he's a defenseman.
Right. Good point.
That's the. I think the top two are got to be forwards, I would imagine.
We've mentioned it multiple times because it was a huge upset last night. The Gophers beat number 10 Michigan State 76-73 despite zero bench points and getting out rebounded by 16, and Michigan State scored over 50 in the second half. But all of those things didn't matter. That is the first win over an AP top 10 team for the Gophers since January of 2021. They host Maryland Sunday.
Good for them.
Huge win. Very cool. That's enough. Who cares? The rest of it's small stuff.
So we want to get to Tommy as soon as we can.
Yeah, because he's in California. My guess is it's
California.
super early there.
Beautiful.
But I think he's still willing to get up and talk to us, which is really nice.
Sweet.
So we'll talk to .com Tom about the Super Bowl and all things Vikings, things like that. Then we'll do headlines after this. This is the Power Drip Morning Show on the Fan.
Zacho, just like always, he'll come up through your pot, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Welcome back, Power Trip Morning Show. Here we are. This might be like the last or next to last time at the very most that we talked to Tom this year. I would like for once for it to go smoothly. That would be my hope. So we're going to try it. NFL Network superstar Tom Pelissero. He's out in California wearing nothing but a thong.
Wow.
Looking and feeling good. Hi, Tom.
Not everybody's watching on the video stream here, Hawk. So,
That's my point.
For the record, hoodie, hat.
Oh.
There's a lot of great things, by the way, about a West Coast Super Bowl in terms of timing. Things wrap up sooner. You have more time out. You know what's not ideal is when you remember your normal 8:20 hit on KFAN is at 6:20 now after a very late night. But here I am answering the bell because I am, above all else, a gamer.
A very late night. Does that mean maybe a couple of brews, or what did Tommy P do last night in California?
We had, just a couple of different events that I needed to show up to. Rich Eisen had an event. I was there pretty late. So yes, I enjoyed myself, perhaps 10% too much. But once again, the real moral of this story is, here I am, and I'm ready to roll.
So are you in Santa Clara? Are you in San Francisco? Where's your hotel?
No, it's one of the weird things about having the Super Bowl here is the events are split. Obviously, the game is in Santa Clara. The teams are staying down in Santa Clara, San Jose. Radio Row and everything is here in San Francisco. So, for the most part, like, we're doing the insiders on Radio Row tonight and tomorrow. Then Saturday, Sunday, we're going to be down in Santa Clara. So it's kind of a back and forth deal. But currently, yes, San Francisco.
Tom, maybe too personal of a question. You don't have to answer. But what is your drink of choice?
I mean, I like a good Manhattan, rye Manhattan.
Good for you.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you more of a brown spirit guy versus a clear spirit guy?
I know that from a health perspective, I probably should be a clear spirit guy, or a no spirit guy for that matter at my age. But I'm more of a brown spirit guy, bourbon, rye, yes.
Corey's a no spirit guy.
Yep, I'm anti-spirit. Especially school spirit.
Because of everything that you laid out, does it feel like a Super Bowl because everything kind of spread out, or is everything
when you walk in Radio Row, it does, and it's just pure, chaos. I mean, it's as jam packed in there. Like you can't walk. Like I was trying to get to the set yesterday, and it's like literally human traffic jamming all the aisles in this very large convention center. On the streets, it's a little bit different. It's not quite, when everything's centralized, it feels like things are more shut down. We don't have quite that experience, but trust me, when you get anywhere near the Moscone Center, you know that you're at the Super Bowl.
Tom, we always ask you about the international series and, where the NFL is headed in terms of potential Vikings destinations because we want to go on vacation. I don't know if we've asked you this in a while or maybe ever. What do you think the realistic timeline to have the Super Bowl be outside of the United States of America is at some point?
I mean, we're booked out for the next few Super Bowls, so it's at least, 4 or 5 years away. I don't know that the NFL is, urgently going to take that leap until after the Olympics or around that time. 2028, that's really the showcase with flag football. And, you see in advance of that, they're now going to Paris and they're going to Australia this year. They're going back to Mexico. But in terms of putting the Super Bowl internationally, there's so many elements to it, operationally, from a security perspective. But this is all part of why they, are experimenting at the level that they are with putting regular season games in these places, because everywhere you have logistics and you have security, you have field surfaces, you have, the medical stuff and how teams are able to, replicate their strength and conditioning, their dietary programs. And the more and more that you push those things overseas, the more that you get a feel for, what is realistic. There would have to be a really good reason, though, to put a game overseas, because a lot of the Super Bowl awarding process is based on, who just got taxpayer money for a stadium. That's been the carrot on the stick. It's why Minneapolis got it. A lot of it has been, all right, if you build a stadium, we'll put a Super Bowl there. The moment that you start to, award it to someplace else, you change the dynamic a little bit. But listen, I mean, we're in Santa Clara right now. This stadium had a Super Bowl 10 years ago. A big part of it is just the bidding process, not even as much in terms of, monetary. It's just all the different things. Here's how we're going to execute this. Here's how it's going to work. The NFL is a pretty good rotation. I mean, I think those of us who cover the NFL would probably root for just like the Super Bowls in New Orleans every year. Very simple. Everything's centrally located. It's a fun city with good places to go and eat. But the NFL, likes to move it around. Definitely possible that we have a London Super Bowl. That would probably be the most logical one. Germany would be the next one. Those are the two markets that have kind of been cultivated the most, not just over the past couple of years, but really over the last, 30 years, going back to NFL Europe. I have not heard that anything on that front is imminent, but certainly it's possible.
Tom Pelissero, you broke the Kwesi news on Friday, 6 days ago today, and then a bunch of stuff floated out there about how Kwesi and KOC don't get along, how they tried to trade JJ McCarthy, and you went on Rich Eisen and debunked a lot of that. What were the things that you heard that were not true, and what do you know about the situation?
I mean, where do you even start? I will say this. There is a habit for certain people, if they get beat on a scoop, to immediately try to lend additional details to the story that may or may not be 100% grounded in fact. And so you ended up with a bunch of tweets thrown out there into the universe that suggested things that, based upon all my knowledge of the situation, are not entirely accurate. The idea that this was a toxic environment, that there was tension between them. Kwesi and Kevin are friends. Personally, they have always been good. There was not a fight. There was not a blow up. It was not, frankly, like it was at the end of the, Mike Zimmer, Rick Spielman era. Two guys that I like a lot, but they weren't talking. It was never like that. It was never that. They had disagreements. They did not see eye to eye on certain aspects of roster building. In the end, you have a quarterback situation that needs to be sorted out. You have a salary cap situation that needs to be sorted out. And as the Wilfs heard all the information, and they always do this every year, they have people come to New Jersey and they do a series of meetings. They just didn't, they asked a lot of pointed questions. They got some honest answers, and they came to the conclusion that this just was not the right partnership moving forward, not just between Kevin and Kwesi, but just with the entire organization. And I don't think that you need to, come up with some wild story about why it didn't work. Like, Kwesi would be the first one to tell you, if he could go back in time and have foresight, he might have handled the quarterback situation a little bit differently. There were draft picks that didn't work out. And that's not uncommon. I mean, that's why GMs lose their jobs every year. To pin it on, he took paternity leave 3 years ago. Even if you're bringing that up to say, but that wasn't it, you're introducing a topic that had not been a topic. Like, sure, is there a level of frustration that comes when you feel like, you're having to do more because your coworker is out? I mean, if Hawk takes 3 weeks, 3 weeks off and Sauce is having to pull double duty, like, Sauce is probably like, oh man, I got to do all this extra stuff. Like, that's it. You don't fire a guy 3 years after he took paternity leave. Like, what are we even talking about? It's just wild. Like, we all knew that. Yeah, he wasn't around in the summer of 23. Like, he missed chunks of the spring and he missed a part of training camp. But I never got any sense that it's like that was this long-standing thing. It was well known that happened and that there was some frustration for people in the building about it, but it never changed the relationship. So, this idea that it was like this toxic environment is just, frankly, it's complete and utter nonsense. Kevin and Kwesi, I'm sure Kwesi feels type of way. I haven't, talked to him extensively since he was let go. I'm sure that he's kind of processing how everything happened, but this was not, to borrow a few good men line, Kevin didn't order the code red. This wasn't like, Kevin was like, hey, we got to get rid of him. Kevin wouldn't do that. If he's asked a question, he's going to answer it honestly. And again, there were things that, were frustrating or disappointing. I think that's natural, especially coming off a season like the Vikings just had. But yeah, it bothers me knowing the people involved, knowing the dynamics when you have people who, get a scoop shoved down their throat and their response is like, I'm going to now say a bunch of stuff. Like, I knew all these things. You should have reported it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
I don't disagree with that. That's great insight there, Tom. Going forward, it sounds like Brzezinski is going to be the guy through the draft. And then it does sound like they're going to look kind of having, an open hiring position for the actual GM. What is the likelihood that a guy like Rob Brzezinski could win that spot and, elevate himself to GM of this team?
It's possible. I mean, the fact that the Wilfs are giving him essentially a 3-month trial run at this would suggest to you that is a possibility. Now, the fact that, Rob gets this opportunity and not the assistant GMs, Ryan Grigson or Demetrius Washington, I mean, probably, plays into the fact that, Rob's been there forever. He's a trusted advisor. He's been there longer than the Wilfs. I mean, everybody forgets, like, he was there with Red McCombs, man. Like, he's been in the organization a long time. He's an administrator. His background's in salary cap. I know that there's naturally going to be questions about, well, how are they handling free agency in the draft? It's not a scout. Like, the scouting part of it is like a part of what the GM does. But really, the most successful GMs in the league, they bring people together, they build consensus, they listen to the people who are experts in the areas in which they are going to make decisions. The guys who are in the Super Bowl right now, John Schneider is a master at that. Elliot Wolf grew up in Green Bay. He certainly has been a guy with that similar type of feel. Both those guys grew up as scouts, but it's the broader thing. You got 15 scouts in a room watching tape. I'm not saying that's not hard. I can't do it. I ultimately don't know what I'm looking at. But like, you can build consensus. They need someone to execute, a plan here to get the salary cap right, to change things in terms of the roster, and quite possibly you're going to be doing major things like acquiring a quarterback in this cycle and deciding how you're going to move forward with JJ McCarthy. The coaches are going to have, I would say, a larger voice in this process than they may have had in the past. Kevin and his staff are certainly going to have a voice in everything. And we'll see when we get to the end of this, how it goes. Like, I have no doubt. I mean, listen, you guys all know Rob. I know Rob. I have no doubt that he's going to do this job at a really high level. They have to run a search, from a league perspective. I expect that it's going to be a real search. I do think that Rob, if he wants to be a part of it, is going to be a part of it. In terms of who else potentially could be a candidate There's obviously going to be speculation about George Payton. He was in the organization for a very long time. He's got 1 year left on his deal with the Broncos. I don't get the sense that they're just going to let him out, so he'd have to become available in this process for that even to be an option. And then this is a really good job. It's a good facility. Owners who, generally speaking, they're very patient. They don't meddle. They're not in your business constantly, which is not always the case with different teams. And there's only a couple of GM openings a year. There were only 2 this year, one of which in Atlanta is essentially an assistant GM job because Matt Ryan has final say. Miami hired John Eric Sullivan, who is, one of the top guys. But if we're talking about who the potential candidates are, in Minnesota, I would look to some of the most, successful organizations and the top scouts possible. Seattle is certainly, I just mentioned John Schneider. They're in the Super Bowl right now. They've got several guys in that front office, the assistant GM, Nolan Teasley. Matt Berry has been a longtime college scout. Trent Kirchner, who grew up in Fulda, Minnesota guy. This would be a dream job for him. All those guys are highly qualified. Ed Dodds in Indianapolis is another one who, has been the guy who's been regarded as a top candidate for years now. Just hasn't been the right fit yet for him. That would be another, perfectly logical one, to potentially, contact and interview for the job. And there's more around the league. It's not an end list, but this is going to be a very, very attractive job with a really good coach, and also a lot of things you got to sort out here in the coming months.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I want
a lot of information.
Real quick, I want to go all the way back to the beginning of the conversation, if you don't mind, for 1 second. We're talking about teams playing overseas. It felt, as somebody who was on the trip, that it was just a bit too much to ask that a team play in 2 different countries on one long trip like that. Do you think the NFL behind the scenes thinks that was a mistake?
No.
Oh.
No, I mean, this is all part of the experimentation process that they're doing. They never just make decisions, on the fly. Like when Roger Goodell keeps saying, we want to get to 16 games. Well, they're not going to go from 7 to 16. They'll go from 7 to 9, maybe then to 10, and they'll gradually scale it. I mean, that's what they do. It's why they didn't have 4 teams do a back-to-back. It's like, all right, Vikings are the guinea pig in this. They're willing to do it. They get a couple of what would be road games to be neutral site games. And they rolled that out there. This is all part of, the broader landscape of the NFL where they continue to push more games overseas. I've said it on this show before. They keep, Roger Goodell keeps saying the goal is 16 games. Speaking on my behalf, I believe the goal is 32 international games because when you go to an 18-game schedule, you have more inventory. You are going to have an unbalanced schedule if you have every team play 1 international game. The way that you balance that is to play 2 international games per year. And again, this is me speaking, Tom Pelissero, not on behalf of the NFL. I believe that the ultimate where this will land somewhere down the line, not in the next few years, is that there will be 32 international games. Every team will play a back-to-back. There will be pods of 4 teams that go into a given community. It probably won't be 2 different countries. It'll be one place. So let's say you send 4 teams to Australia. You have them be the cross-division games. Everyone knows the schedule is set up where you play, you play within your division 2 games each, and then you play specific. You play the same place finishers within your conference, and then you have a couple of different divisions where you play the whole division. Right. I believe it'll end up being if the NFC North is playing the AFC North in a given year, you'll have 2 teams from each division go overseas. It'll be Vikings versus Bengals and Packers versus Browns in the first game, and then they'll flip and they'll play the other cross-division game. That's where I believe will ultimately land because it just makes sense. There'll have to be a lot of things. I've brought this up to league officials, union officials. The biggest challenge is going to be all the logistics of going overseas for that long a period of time and how you make sure players have proper rest and recovery, training, all those different things. But to me, that's the logical spot. Then you can set up essentially bases, which the NFL already has some in different countries, where it's like you almost have a foreign remote operations where you cut through a lot of that stuff. You build out, essentially training facilities or weight rooms or, rest and recovery, medical facilities, whatever you need. You build those out. And then if you have 2 pods of 4 teams come there in a given year, that's 8 teams, that's 4 weeks of football. You're essentially creating a league in another country for a month every year, which satisfies the NFL's international appetite to grow the game without, for instance, taking the Jaguars and moving them to London.
Right.
Makes
Interesting.
sense.
Very good stuff.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it, man.
Enjoy
Have
your
fun
weekend.
in Cali.
Thanks, guys.
See you later, buddy.
Tom.
There he goes. Tom Pelissero.
Pelissero.
Thank you, buddy. There he goes. I had read something, maybe on The Athletic this week, Corey, about the NFL also looking to develop television deals in other countries the same way they've developed them here, because that's how they make so much money.
Wow.
So they got to keep finding revenue if it's going to keep growing. I finished that Polinick book on, the Klosterman book on football. And the very end of it, the last chapter, is about how football is going to kill itself. The NFL
really?
is going to get too big, and eventually it's going to be the end of it. And it's, he obviously, as always, he makes some good arguments.
Wow.
Hopefully not in our lifetime. It's too much
At
fun.
the very end of our lifetime.
Oh, great.
That'd be perfect.
It's time for headlines.
Headlines. Sauce, what is your middle name?
Jeffrey.
What is your dad's name?
Jeffrey William Lambert.
The name Jeffrey may be fading in popularity, and one of the theories
imagine
is that it's connected to people like Epstein and Dahmer.
Yeah.
So they're saying this generation is extremely gun-shy to name their kid Jeffrey because of Epstein and Dahmer specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah.
Was Jeffrey even an option for Louis? Did it come up at all?
No.
Huh.
No.
Because of Epstein?
No. Because we like Louis or Berkeley. Well,
my God.
I like Berkeley.
Berkeley breathed.
Oh, my gosh.
But my lovely bride did not, and she was correct.
She was correct.
She was correct. Louis Michael Lambert is a way better name.
Louis Michael.
Berkeley.
There is no Louis on his team.
That's a terrible name. Berkeley.
I'm not smart.
It's a girl's name.
Yeah, man.
kind of
I've said a lot of dumb things today.
It's a cute girl's name. It really is.
Maybe it's a guy's name.
That's a terrible
Thank you, Hawk.
Is Berkeley Breed the dude?
Who?
He's a cartoonist.
I don't know. Okay.
He did what's it called? The one with Opus and Bloom County.
Oh, I never got into Bloom County.
did I.
Yeah, I like Opus. Good guy.
All right, somebody pull up a calendar. Think about this for a second. I have a lot of questions about how this is logistically possible, but apparently it happened. I want you guys to guess though first.
Okay.
A guy set a record this year by attending the most NFL games in a single season. How many games did he attend?
I saw it, by the way, so I can't answer.
Sauce, take a shot if you didn't see it.
Let's see.
How many games did he attend? Somebody claims this is the known record.
Well, you can only be in one place at one time. So there are three games during the regular season. There's a Thursday game, a Sunday game, and you also could get your way to a Sunday night game. I will just guess he went to 100.
That's an insane guess. 56, though,
okay.
which also feels insane, right?
That's insane.
That's hitting about 3+ a week.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of nuts. I guess there's 18 weeks, right? It's 17 games. So we're talking 3-ish, though, a week. That's nuts.
You go to basically almost every Thursday night game.
Yep.
You pick a noon game somewhere, and then you either drive or fly to the next city for the Monday night game. Or you could go to the Sunday night game. Like if you were in Chicago and at noon and the Pack were playing Sunday night, you could
Obviously,
drive.
in the East Coast, there's a lot of options within a short
good
flight
point.
or a driving distance.
right.
Yeah.
He went to all 30 NFL stadiums, because I forget that a couple teams share, right? Which ones share? Is it
New York
the New York
and,
teams and who else?
Los Angeles.
Yeah, Los
Chargers
Angeles.
and Rams. So he went to all 30 NFL stadiums within 72 days and set a record by attending 56 games.
And he did it wearing Oakland Raiders or Las Vegas Raiders colors at every game
Oh.
because he's a Raiders fan.
The fastest time to go to all 32 stadiums. The current record is 74 days. Good night for football.
He now holds the record for the fastest time to attend a game at every NFL stadium, completing the feat in just 72 days, as well as the record for the most NFL games attended in a regular season. He did this all while wearing the famed silver and black.
No, that's not it.
What if the guy just said, he did this while wearing a thong and clown shoes? Just randomly added his attire for context. But I guess he wore NFL, licensed gear.
Yeah.
Fine.
Good for you.
All right, that's pretty cool. Mm-hmm. Do you guys want me to ruin your day? Yes or no? Because I have a headline. This is a top fiver of all time. I can't believe this.
No.
I mean, I have to now that I said it. So I don't know why I asked.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
This will ruin your day.
Well.
This is unfreaking believable.
Okay.
And not even remotely in a good way. This is rock bottom. Ready?
I don't know.
An Olive Garden employee in Pennsylvania
Oh, no.
died from burn injuries.
Oh.
Buckle up. After he intentionally thrust his head into a deep fryer.
Oh, my God. Why?
Oh, I mean,
that would...
intentionally dipped his head into a deep fryer.
I mean, that would burn instantly.
I told you I was going to ruin your day.
Why did you say that?
Told you. I mean, come on.
Yucky.
Boy, you gotta.
Yeah, was it like a jackass stunt?
No,
No, this is it sounds like suicide.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But it just sounds like the most aggressive way to make that choice possible.
Man.
Jeez.
You always hear the thing about the people who jump from the bridge and realize halfway down they didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Damn near 100% of people who jumped off of Golden Gate Bridge and were caught by the safety nets, all of them said that they regretted it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
When they jumped.
Imagine, of course, you probably can't think of anything but the pain.
I wonder how long it takes you to die if you do
I bet
that.
it takes longer than you think.
I don't know. I wonder if your brain just completely short circuits because of the pain.
Yeah.
I don't know. Again, I don't want to think about it because it's like, oh, geez. Here's something that's a lot of fun. Rene Descartes, right? Philosopher.
Yeah.
I took philosophy in college 25 years ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember almost anything except for like two things from Descartes. Anyway, I didn't remember learning this at all. This part's fun. A fetish is one of the reasons he ended up writing concepts of free will. Like his landmark work on free will came from a fetish that he had. And his fetish is kind of fascinating. He realized he had a fetish, and realizing it helped him overcome the fetish, right? So it's like he became aware that, wow, this is really driving me. But I'm going to make the free will choice to overcome this fetish. I'm going to get over this. Wow. And then that's how he apparently launched into free will.
I think.
What was he into? Rene Descartes, what was he into?
I might know this. Can I guess?
Yeah.
Amazing hot rods.
No.
Oh, my neck.
Solid guess.
No. Is he playing again?
No.
I thought you were dead serious. That was so good. That was brilliant.
Incorrect.
He wasn't into amazing hot rods.
No, he was into women, but a specific kind of women.
Tall women.
Nope.
Mean women.
No, it's weird.
Oh, sorry. I'm just reading Hawk's list.
This is so hard to guess, but as soon as
This kind of woman.
This was his thing. And he realized it and said, I got to get over this.
Short ladies?
No.
Hairy.
No.
Heavy.
Stinky.
No.
Heavy again.
He had a fetish for cross-eyed women. All your hands up.
Cross-eyed women, Woodhawk.
I don't even think he's going to realize they have eyes, so I don't think he cares.
I got a story for you off the air.
Oh. Hawk.
But imagine, again, this is how little I learned, and this is how little I
can't wait to tell
This is how little I retained from 25 years ago. I don't even remember what century Descartes was alive in. It doesn't matter. So however many hundreds of years ago he was, what is it, 1700s? That would be I don't know. What century would you guess, Chris?
I would guess
earlier,
maybe later 1600s.
Okay, either way. So let's say we're talking 400 or 500 years. Who knows? I have no idea when he was alive. I should know that.
15. Is it Rene Descartes?
Yeah.
1596 to 1650.
All right, so 1600s.
The Renaissance.
I got to imagine that there weren't a ton of cross-eyed women. Not a ton, right?
No. But maybe it just happened to be two in his town.
Yeah, exactly. And he just thought they were both super hot.
Yeah.
So he just goes, what's wrong with me? Why am I into those two?
Snorted.
Think of the shame. He's got so much shame. He's like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I got to get over this. And he's like, wait a minute. If I'm choosing to get over this, that's free will.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm going to write about free will.
Right.
Unbelievable. Shout out to Rene Descartes. Oh, man. A whole bunch of honey got recalled by the FDA because they found out that it accidentally had Viagra in it.
Man.
Hi, meat.
Hey, babe.
The active ingredient in Cialis, at least.
Poor Winnie the Pooh.
I've heard of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. I haven't heard of Honey, I've made things harder.
Wow. Zach, this one's for you. Couples can now get married at Disneyland's Haunted Mansion.
What?
Ooh.
I don't even care if you love Disney. That's a weird choice.
Is it scary?
It's at
No.
Disneyland.
Disneyland's Haunted Mansion, yep.
Yeah, you can see it. It's a beautiful looking mansion.
Okay.
Amazing.
Here's something I don't understand at all. And this is part of my youth. This is part of my childhood, but I don't understand this. There is a movie in the works based on one of the greatest video games of all time.
Paperboy?
No.
Street Fighter.
No. They've already done those.
Yeah, but it was so bad. Although, Hawk, you liked the Street Fighter movie with Jean-Claude Van
I didn't even
Damme,
know it was a video game.
This makes no sense.
Qbert?
No, like what's the one where you like one of the old video games where you stack things on top?
No
of each
arcade. Nope.
Oh, okay.
This is a sports game.
Oh,
Track and Field.
track and field.
Nope.
Great game. God, I loved that game.
Yeah, super fun.
As soon as I say this, you're going to go, what are they going to do?
Ice hockey?
No, but you're close. I mean,
Fishing?
think more famous than that.
Football?
NBA
Rugby?
Jam.
Madden?
It's football.
It's football related.
Is it Madden?
Nope.
Referees?
Nope.
Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl.
Really?
What the hell is a Tecmo Bowl movie going to be? That's just a football movie.
Yeah.
What are they going to do?
I don't know, but I'm sure they'll have the Kelsey brothers in it.
And Bo Jackson.
Yeah, you have
And
to.
Willie Galt.
Yeah.
Some hot cross-eyed broad.
Wow, your mic's on.
All right, Sauce.
Yes, I can't wait.
Over under 36 minutes from right now. How long before Chris goes home and Googles cross-eyed women? I just ruined his entire day.
Under. And he has a
I
story.
got a story for you. I can't wait.
I can't wait. Okay, bye.
Earlier, we were saying, don't look up Kay Adams or we're going to derail the entire show. Now I mentioned cross-eyed women and Chris's weekend is
I
ruined.
can't wait to tell you this story.
Oh, boy.
I just can't.
All right. 9 to noon is next. Ryan Carter, Carts of White Bear Lake hockey fame, plays initials tomorrow. We're back tomorrow, 5:30 to 9. See you then.
Everybody have a wonderful day.
You too, Abadab. I love you. Have a great day. All of y'all. Be nice to each other if you can. Please. Have a nice day. Bye.